Hi everyone. So I'm here, got my gloves on, and I'm using this staple gun to staple this the roofing. Um, what is this called? Insulation. I'm using Echo Touch pink insulation, Echo Touch pure fiber technology, and they want us to use R/13 for this one. And they had us use the same type of brand, but R19/19 for the walls. And then there's a different classification for of fabric of insulation for the ceiling. So I was just thinking right now, I thought about Halo, the game, when I was using this little gun thing. And I was thinking it would be super cool if someone came up with some type of technology like a video game but realistic, where we could put on like a vest or something, so, and like a little play gun, so if other kids or adults have the same gear, then they'll be able to play against each other in reality, like out here, kind of like going out and paintballing, or yeah, like paintballing, but instead of using real money for the paintballs, you would just shoot at each other, but it will be um, like a laser, kind of like laser tag, something like that. So I could see, like, kids getting together and grouping up, and then just like capture the flag. That would be a good one, with glasses or something where they can see the progress like any other game. Or if someone needs like responding, because they got shot, or in order for them to continue. And then if they do continue, then they could get penalized for that or lose points or whatever. But yeah, I thought that was a pretty good idea. As I was doing this, it reminded me of Halo, the little alien gun. Um, because I have to constantly reload it. And I was just thinking, like, wow. I thought to myself, I could just imagine, or my mind told me, like, imagine yourself being in a game like that. So it would just be like a game and not real stuff. So I think it would be super cool for someone to come up with something like that. Um, and then, thinking about everything and making it work. So everyone could have fun in their own, you know, uh, privacy of their homes, or maybe going to like a park and playing there, because it would just be like a jacket and a little toy gun, like, something that looks like a toy, like this caulking gun here. And I do have a BB gun, but nothing like that. I mean, unless it's painted a certain color where it could be, where it could stand out, like, and people can see that it's a toy. Um, Obviously, fuck. But yeah, anyway, I think that would be super cool. Even if like someone has like the virtual reality glasses. So like when the lens or the camera sees an opponent or a team member, then it will put a filter on that area, that space. So it'll create the monster or it'll create the filter. So you could pick different characters and things like that. Um, and then like capture the flag or whatever would be maybe just a stick with the sensor, but in the game it'll look like it's a real flag. Or like any flag, it'll change to any flag with a filter, not necessarily, someone changing the actual flag. So it'll just be a filter. Um, and I guess that can be used for other, um, like multi usage type of device that people can use. But yeah, I think it would be super cool because, say, for example, you know, I got it and then someone else got it down the street, and we said, there's like a website, like, hey, let's meet up at the park and play, you know, then, that's how people will be able to play. So I think that would be super cool. Um, and obviously, I don't think anyone will be able to, or anyone will get hurt. It will just be running around, and the goggles will maybe, it could enlarge objects by a certain radius so that they could stay away from those objects. But I'm not really sure. Maybe like vertical objects would be great. But other than that, maybe it's not a good idea though, because if someone tries to lean on it, you have that radius. I don't know. So anyway, someone would really have to think about how it would work and function. But I just came up with the idea right now, and I just thought it would be super cool because, I mean, anyone at any level or anywhere will be able to play this, like the Pokemon game. Everyone was out there. I heard about it. I guess it was all over the news. People were getting kidnapped, and some people were dying, and some people were traveling super, super far to capture some of these Pokemon. And yeah, there is a bunch of shit going on with that. So I think that's why they halted it. Unless it was like something like Willy Wonka, where only a certain select were selected for a special mission. But if that was the case, I guess it would be top secret. They just shut it down, you could say. But other than that, I really don't know. But it will be something like that. That's what I'm kind of getting at. And um, so yeah, I don't know though. I guess it could be a cool thing, but professionals would definitely need to get their thoughts in and program it so it could be safe and fun for everyone, and minimizing the injuries and things like that. I was gonna say shit like that, but I didn't want to cuss. But anyway, I guess like, yeah, anything is possible. You just got to make it think about it and be creative. And of course, it will cost money, but at the same time, it'll be better than sitting in the fucking couch all day in the living room. At least you'll go out and run, do a physical activity, you know, and you're having fun. So instead of just running just to fucking run, you're running in the video game for your life and to, you know, to complete the task at hand or whatever the objective is. So, yeah, I think it'll be super fun and creative. Um, and obviously the progress can be saved and all this stuff can be recorded and monitored um, for probably military purposes, if anything. So, I guess if this did become a reality, then people would really have to take it seriously and not mess around and joke around and take it lightly. But it's all about having fun, right? So people do fuck around and have fun and miss on purpose, and that's on them, you know? I mean, are you gonna fuck around and all that shit in real life? You're not, so. And you're not gonna waste ammo, that's for sure. You're going to shoot to kill. Because you never know when they're gonna send you another cartridge of ammunition. And then by the time it arrives to you, fuck. So you gotta shoot to kill, in the video game. And in real life. So no one's fucking around. So yeah, but anyway, I think I'm getting off topic and making it kind of crazy when it shouldn't be. Like I said, it would just be a video game. And people do this all the time with paintball shooting. So it's the same kind of concept. But I think it might be a little bit more expensive on the expensive side because you have to deal with the paint. You have to buy the paint, the tanks to shoot out the paintballs and a bunch of other shit. Like what I'm talking about would just be charging it at home and then coming out to play the next morning or whatever, or at night. I don't know. I guess the more, if there is a battery in tank that was somehow removable to insert a new one, like a backup battery, that would be best because say there's a friend that wants to play but your battery's out, it's charging, but your friend has an additional battery, then you guys can play without having to wait or whatever. But yeah, like even grenades could be introduced in the game by throwing like a ball, like kind of like a Pokemon ball. I could just imagine from the cartoons, if they throw a ball, it would just like explode and it will go like in a certain radius. But like if there's people around, it would just be a ball. So they'll just look like, what are these kids doing? But with the glasses, you'll see the effects and all that cool stuff. But I don't know. It was just a thought. I thought it was a cool thought, so I decided to share it. And it's not really going to a specific location to do this activity. If there's a family out there, they have children, they could just play in the backyard or inside of the house or wherever they want to have that. Like in the maps when you're playing video games, you get to choose the area. So if you want to, you could go out to the backyard or to the park or just anywhere where you think it'll be fun to play. So yeah, I just thought about this, and I guess the more people think about it, the more creative they can get with it, the more stuff they could add. But I was thinking like any monster you could think of, any character you could think of, Superman, Batman, the Hulk, anyone you could think of, can be added as a filter in this video game, virtual reality video game, and maybe every weapon could be different or not. I don't know, but yeah, it would just be for fun. Not nothing um like serious or anything. I mean, I don't know. But my mind could. I have to stop myself from thinking sometimes because my mind can go to a different direction and think about other things. But I'm not. I'm not trying to talk about anything else. I'm trying to stick with you know, with what I've been talking about. So yeah, anything is possible, and um, like even like Halo, the game. Those sticky grenades. If you throw a ball at someone, like say like a beanbag with a sensor in it or something, and it touches the other character, then that grenade could get stuck on that opponent and immediately just be taken out the picture in the video game, and then respawn. Maybe respawning would be going back to, or taking a few steps back to their base or whatever, 50 feet, 100 feet, all the way back to the flag. I don't know. And then starting over. So, like in the video game, if someone has died, then they'll be taking out the map, and they'll be considered like a civilian, right? Just walking in this virtual reality game. So I guess that can be another cool feature. Say someone takes it to the park and there's civilians walking around. You don't want to kill them, and you don't want kids pointing the guns at them in reality either. So if they shoot at any civilians, they'll get negative points in the game. And even if they do shoot, it'll just be in reality, it'll just be like them pointing this toy at them. But yeah, that would be a good way to separate, and also introduce that there's an object there in their path or whatever. But yeah, welcome to reality, Francisco. Get back to work. Oh, my Halo glove. Yeah, like even like what is it? Oh man, I forgot the video game. I mean the cartoon. It was. I remember my cousin used to watch it a lot, but they had like superpowers and stuff. So doing stuff like that would be super cool. Like the Power Rangers. Even they could be thrown in there as filters, as characters for people to choose from. So yeah, anything is possible, and anyone can play because it's not anything physical. It's just shooting game. So if grown-ups play with kids, the kids, I mean, all it will just be running and shooting, nothing physical like picking someone up and tossing them around or anything like that, or fighting like MMA or boxing or anything like that. You know, but yeah, what do you guys think? Like fuck all this Xbox shit. Fuck all this, yeah, PS whatever the fuck it is now. I think it's 4. PS4. No, but I'm joking though, because I'm joking about that because that's how people connect when they're separated, when they're far away. Like, people might have friends in New York or in the other side of the country or whatever, in a completely different country, or the other side of the country, New York, Florida, California. Even though I am in California, but this, I think it has a lot of potential. Yep. So before I say anything stupid as fuck, I'm gonna end this video.